God, I love that massive bless upful day to each and every one. Hope you full enjoying your day. I already know I'm full enjoying mine. Have life, health, and strength, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Yeah, man, I want to welcome you to episode number 14 of Reasoning with the Rostpreneur. Yeah, man, my name is PJ. My brand is the Rostpreneur, so that's why we're reasoning with the Rostpreneur. Again, episode number 14, we're going to call this extended version from years past because episode 1 through 13 is available. We've had an extended break, and now I come forward to you with another episode. Today's episode is it's based on, and what I'm going to be setting forth is based on the things that I'm hearing and how I see I can help people with the information that I've been able to obtain, how I can help people to use certain knowledge that I have and help themselves in a better way. So today's topic is you're not actually in the music business unless you have a performing right membership, right? So what do I mean by that? If you're in the US, it's going to be ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC. If you're in Canada, it's SOCAN, and it's PRS for Europe, all over Europe and things like that. So, again, this is going to be a continuation. So this is episode number 14, where, again, you're not in the music business unless you have a performance rights membership. And the thing about it is that you can really, right now, go on any laptop, actually on your phone, go to I'm an ASCAP member, so I'm probably going to say ASCAP.com, but go to BMI. CSAC, I think, is only by invite only, so you only have options of ASCAP and BMI. But basically, so if you are an artist, that means that you're making music. We'll talk about the other things you need to do to make sure your music is in order, but this is the most important thing. You wouldn't believe me having, I'm a program director for a reggae radio station, right? So we get a whole heap of submissions from a whole heap of artists, and they don't have their performance rights memberships in order. When I'm talking to them and I'm like, yo, did you make sure you register your song with your performance rights membership? And they're like, huh. Or they'll tell me, yeah, I did my copyright. And so those are two separate things. So just for the sake of this conversation, you're not in the music business until you have a performance rights membership. So make sure you go now. It's $100 total, I believe. I think it's $150 for ASCAP and $200 for BMI, but this is a lifetime membership. So if you don't have $150 to invest into making sure that you own your writer, your writing membership. Well, you have a writing membership and you have a publishing membership, so that when you're releasing your songs, you're filing your songs, you as the owner. Because we all know in any song that ever exists in the world, there are only two owners, right? There's the composer, meaning the person of the music, and the writer. So with that being said, you want to make sure you have that. And so then it's the writing side of it, but then it's the publishing side of it. So the publishing becomes very important. For, just say you want to get your song licensed, or like in a movie or something like that, the first thing they're going to check is see who's the publisher, who controls the publishing, who's administering the publishing. They're probably going to say the correct term, but that's basically who's in charge of running your publishing. So again, this is a lesson that I hope someone gets value out of. Go, if you're an artist and you're really planning on being serious about having a music career. I'm actually laughing because it's unbelievable how many people start and say, hey, I got a song out, if they have never registered their song. So it means that even if Apple decided today that I want to use your song in a movie that Apple is working on, guess what? You can't even get paid for it because you don't even have a performance rights membership. So I know most people don't tell you this because guess what they're going to do? This is the game. So I'm even give y'all some game. So the people that know about this writing and publishing, it's like people that make a living off of it. So they find creators that come up with dope songs or, dope beats. I'm talking about producers. And they say, hey, man, here's, I don't know, more money than they ever seen before at one time. Here's $2,000. I'll buy your beat from you. Now, if you ain't making money off your beats, then you probably just feel like, man, I just made $2,000, but you don't realize what he just actually end up making you sign for that $2,000 is signing your publishing rights away, if not all of it, some of it, and that's a problem if somebody didn't help you create and not helping you to promote yourself as a brand, to become a brand as an artist. So again, episode number 14 of Reasoning with the Rastapreneur. Episodes 1 through 13 is on my YouTube channel. This one will shortly be on my YouTube channel. I want to hear really questions and comments and things like that about, like, what are not comments, but the questions that ones might have for me in terms of information that I can set forward. Like, I have ideas in my brain, topics that I know. I mean, like, actually, I probably got a whole month right now of topics. So, but I need stuff to follow that and follow that. So, again, I just want to, as a person that was an artist myself, from the age of 13 to about 30, you couldn't tell me nothing that I wasn't going to be the next best rapper and all those things. I mean, really had bars. Like, I could really spit something and things like that. But songwriter, you know what I mean? That's more so what I am. But I had to learn certain things. And I was checking. A lot of people that I know end up getting record deals. Like people that I kind of helped start their career or gave them advice and things like that. And I couldn't figure out, like, why am I missing out, on the record deal thing. And then realizing the whole time, because I had offers, that was the thing. It's not like I hadn't been. I mean, I was at the table with some majors and things like that. But I actually kind of realized in that I knew too much. See, at that time, when I was coming up in the 90s, they wanted to prey on this. Because this information that I'm even giving you now, even though it's like you can Google it right now and find out, it wasn't so readily available back then. So they really wanted you not to be aware, because basically with the record deal, what you were signing was the rights to your masters and basically the rights to your publishing. So it was like, all that. So I am going to conclude this episode. No, I actually do want to mention one more thing. The importance of the performance rights memberships. Again, I'm an ASCAP member, and most people that I talk to, I'm probably going to tell them to go to ASCAP just because it's the thing I'm most familiar with. But whether it's ASCAP or BMI, the significance is that, like, you really want to make sure that your songs are registered, because what if you were to transition? What if Ja calls you home and then your music blows up after that? Don't you want to make sure that your family benefits from it? Because in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. That was an African man that wrote that. He was the songwriter. He came up with the melody and everything. His family is still fighting for ownership in that. But you hear it on Disney and all them, because them own the rights to it, because them knew how to take ownership, Like, and I don't speak too much on that, because again, the thing that I saw, the family was still fighting. But one thing I do know is that there shouldn't even be no fight if I wrote something and I knew. Of course, back then he didn't know, so I'm not blaming the brethren. I'm telling us to learn from these lessons. But if I write something, that has the potential to be a Disney #1, you know what I mean? Like, used in so many Disney #1 box office is what I'm trying to say. I would think to register myself as a performance rights member, as a writer, and then as a publisher. And so that information wasn't available to our ancestors back then. So they, a whole heap of artists. You can talk to most of the artists that are from, like, the blues artists and the beginning artists and those, and they haven't really reaped financial benefits from them. It was people that recognized the talent and did what I'm talking to you about now, registered works in their name because they had their stuff registered, and the talent didn't have their stuff registered, like even have a membership, because they didn't even know about it. They wasn't aware of it. So what I'm hoping to do in this video is to encourage one person to say, like, if you're really serious about starting in the music business, and you're really serious about, like, just releasing music, distributing music, it's just that simple. I mean, everyone can basically be a record label in their pocket. You got things like I use United Masters. You got the Tully app from one of Joyner Lucas and his manager put that together. It's like $10 a month. So distribution ain't even the thing, but it's like, what if you do create something that's great and you distribute it and the world just loves it? The worst thing that you would hate is to miss out on everything that was due to you because you didn't have your stuff registered right. That would kill you. You don't want to live with that regret. Trust me. I've seen the face of many that done had that problem. Like the faces and the hurt. And I'm only kind of joking in a way, but I'm really seeing it in that real pain when you realize like you missed out on certain things because you didn't have it in order. So we'll talk about further stuff moving forward, in episodes 15, 16, 17. I have a topic every day, but today's topic is to remember you're not actually in the music business until you have a performance rights membership, and it only costs, I'm saying 150, but sometimes some reason 100 is in my brain. Because I'm even saying, because you want to register, let me be clear with this too. These are two separate things. So make sure, as I'm telling you, you have to file an application as a writer, and you have to file an application as a publishing company. As a publisher, basically. So if I'm a writer, my name is Patrick Cannon Jr. PJ is where it comes from, but Patrick Cannon Jr. So that's me as a writer. That's my writing membership. But my publishing membership is Fly the Bird Entertainment. You know what I mean? So anything dealing with publishing is going to have that information on it, and that's going to be my registered name as a publisher. And it costed me, it was 100 then, it's 150 now. I think I'm sure of that. So I paid $50 as a writer and $50 as a publisher. But instead now you have to pay $75 as a writer, $75 as a publisher, and that'll be $150. But it's well worth it, again, as I just explained in this video. Hopefully one's got value from this. Again, I'm on a commitment to myself as much as I'm on a commitment to you to set the information that's in my head forward. You can tell me a Ross, and so certain things that sit within my vibration that we want to set forth to the people. Hopefully we connect with someone and provide value to someone with what we done learned. And then I'm going to keep building, because again, I am doing this to set value, but I'm also doing this to build my brand, the Rastapreneur, to remind ones that I do branding and marketing. That's what I do, branding and marketing strategies. But I really love music, and so I deal with music and I deal with artists more. And because I'm a program director of a reggae radio station, Rastafari Jams, at Rastafari Jams. You can find us on all the social media things. But because I'm a program director, I run into so many artists, and it's like I see them spending a lot of time, and I feel like wasting a lot of time and a lot of money. And if I can help somebody save some money and save some time by setting them in a direction and saying, this is what you got to do, and if you're not willing to do this, then maybe you can find something else to do. So again, if you're not willing to invest $150 into, not into me, this is yourself that you can go do yourself. You can Google performance rights membership, or you can Google ASCAP, ASCAP, yeah man, or BMI. Either one, it'll allow you to register. Well, I'm telling you, either one. This is the last thing that I want to say, because I had this issue before too, where a person that I shared this information with signed up as a writer with ASCAP, and then a publisher with BMI, or tried to register as a publisher with BMI. And the thing is, you can't. Well, maybe you can register, but you can't file. And that's the thing, right? You can register. So that's the thing he did. He got a ASCAP writers, and then BMI publishing. And so when it comes to filing the song, and you try to file, and you put your percentage in and all this stuff, and then you try to click next, is going to tell you can't file an ASCAP writer and an ASCAP and a BMI publisher. They have to be the same. So the point is with that is that if you sign, whichever one you're going to sign up with, make sure you sign up as a writer and a publisher for both. A writer and a publisher for both. Well, for each one, not for, for both, in terms of, you have to be clear what I'm saying. So on either platform you choose, whether it's ASCAP or BMI, when I'm saying you have to sign up for both, you have to sign up as a writer and you have to sign up as a publisher. Not sign up on both organizations. Really, you can't. That's the point. One of them going to tell you like, hey, you're already a member here, so that's the point of what I'm telling you. So whichever organization you choose, make sure you sign up both as a writer and then sign up as a publisher on both of them, so that you uniformed, and then every song that you release, basically they're gonna send you your membership information, and then you'll get a login access to your online thing, and that's how you register your songs on the online platform. And you put in what's going to be your IPI number. So again, once you get a membership number, that's one thing, but the most important thing in terms of the performance rights membership and filing is what I'm trying to say. Filing correctly is going to be the IPI number. And significance of that is that when you're doing split sheets, which you should be doing, that's really why it's like you're not in the music business until you get a performance rights membership, because you shouldn't even start doing a collaboration or song with anybody until you have a split sheet. That's going to be a whole separate video that I'm going to talk about, but like split sheets, you're going to actually need the IPI number, like the writer's IPI number and the publisher IPI number. So each one will give you an IPI number. And if you do a collaboration with an artist, you're going to try to get their IPI numbers. Of course, their name, address information, and stuff like that. And again, I'll go through all that on a separate episode where we're talking about the split sheets. But for the sake of today's video, which is where we're starting from ground zero as an artist, we're going to just register. That's the first thing we want to do. Go to ASCAP or go to BMI if we haven't done so already. If you have done so already, then and you're not registering your songs, then that will be the next piece, is to make sure you start registering your songs with your performance rights membership using the IPI number. And again, I can't stress this enough. Get the membership and do not do a song, not even start the recording of the song. I encourage one. Sometimes people are like, yo, it's my homie, man. Listen, I'm going to tell you this, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, and this will get it in your head to go start a membership. So, everybody homies, you know what I mean? Until like the song kind of get recorded and people start feeling like it's going to be a hit, and start feeling like them dollar signs going to start coming in. Then it's harder to get those percentage splits on the split sheet. So again, have your membership say, yo, bro, man, I was vibing to this beat. I want you to jump on it with me. You know what I mean? Do your thing. And excuse that, when they agree and say, yeah, okay, all right, I'm gonna jump on the thing, you say, but we got to take care of the split sheet information first, though, right? Boom. Take care of the split sheet, whatever the percentage is, IPI, boom, everything done. So now we ain't got to worry about this when we're done. When the song is a hit, everybody just feel it as a hit. Yeah. So, yeah, man, you get the point. So, give thanks for tuning in to episode number 14 of Reasoning with the Rastapreneur, where it is all about you're not actually in the music business until you have a performance rights membership. So, hope you tune in tomorrow. New topic. Stall on this journey for any artist that's trying to start. And that's what we really hope to set forth. I know some of it will sound like, even for some artists that's established, it'll sound like, yo, duh, anyone knows that. As we progress, I'll get into some more in-depth things, but we have to start there. I want everyone to own their art, own their intellectual property, own their name, image, and likeness. Have to own it. That's the way you can benefit from it, because you as a brand, as an artist, you as an artist are a brand, is what I'm trying to say. Again, I say I'm a branding and marketing person, so you're a brand, and when you realize that, you even realize, getting to that too, like the people the team that you building, you're building a team to run a brand, to run a business. You know what I mean? So your manager and everyone on board is part of the team that's running this brand, that's running this business. So, yeah, so we'll get to that. All right. Register. I'll check in with you tomorrow. Again, I leave you in love, as I always been saying. I've been saying, using the hashtag, should say, not just saying, but using the hashtag spread love like a virus since 2014. Want to full encourage you to live your life that same way. So I check in with you tomorrow. I leave you in love. Love, 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 love. Emperor Haile Selassie, I love. Jesus Christos, love. Jesus Christ. Yes.